found this place by chance on social media, and we saw the photos of the lunar scenery, which is called Sarakinikos, I think. So we decided to come to this island. And this one is actually Milos. This is when we were flying over Milos and we're arriving soon. And this is the plane from Athens to Milos. It's a really bumpy ride. First glimpse of the island on taxi turned out to be a big mistake, and I'll explain why. I highly recommend renting a car. I think that's the way to go. We were not gonna rent a car until we saw the price of the taxi here. There are only seriously maybe 10 to 15 taxis altogether, and from the airport to the hotel, 9-minute ride, country road, not highway, 3.8 kilometers, and they charge us 20 euro, and it's the take it or leave it kind of situation. And they're from this town to other town where you want to visit, it's all fixed price, so there is no way to negotiate or tax meter, no, nothing, nada. So we decided to rent a car from this car rental company called Martha. They're super nice, super friendly. We got a small car, and I think it's the best driving experience ever. Honestly, if it's a small town, there's not that much rules. There's no camera. You can park wherever you want. It's all free. So this is when we first arrived at the hotel, and these are the cats that they were just there all day. We stayed on the second floor. My favorite moment was when I opened the door every morning and I saw this view before we went downstairs for breakfast. So it's just no way that you have a bad day when you woke up to this. Alright, so this is quite something. This is the lunch that we had there. I gotta say, these potatoes are the saltiest I've ever had in my life. It tastes almost like they grew in the sea. So this is Klima. This is actually the first town that we went to after we got the car. Did you guys see these little colorful doors at the ground floor? So these are actually used to store their fishing boats. It's sort of like a parking space but for boats. And the fisherman and the family actually live upstairs. But what I liked the most was when my friend and I were just sitting there in the sun doing nothing, playing with the cats. Normally I'm not a cat person, but I gotta say cats in Greece are different. They're very friendly and they are very clean. I think we spent a good 1 or 2 hours there, and somehow just felt like that brought me so much inner peace. Later, we decided to go to Plaka. We arrived at Plaka. We're looking for the castle. We don't know where it is. Following his family, see where they go. The reason why we're going to Plaka at this hour is because Plaka is very famous for its sunset. So basically, Plaka is the capital of Milos, and it sits on top of a hill. Because of its location, you've got this panoramic view over the sea and the villages, the white houses, pretty typical Greek scenery. So the most popular spot to view sunset is this abandoned castle called Venetian Castle. You see how these people are sitting there waiting for the sunset already? They're actually Spanish. We just saw them everywhere on the island. This is a bus stop. Kind of a lie if you are not visiting during busy seasons. They do not operate in low season. We bought our dinner from this little restaurant downstairs. This is our dinner of $5.80 with 2 skewers and pitas. Cheers! Good morning! And this is how we normally start the morning on this island. Going downstairs for breakfast. Nothing too special about the buffet here, but guys, this is legit Greek yogurt. We first drove to this town called Mandrakia. It's a small fishing village, very famous for its traditional colorful boathouses. These are called silma. Like most villages on this island, it's quite small as well, but it's super peaceful and very photogenic. It's got all these elements you think of a Greek island, like whitewashed houses, the blue Aegean Sea, tiny boats drifting on jelly-like water. It's just a full-on, slow, chill island atmosphere. So the next stop is the most important destination of our whole trip, Sarakinikos. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Oh look, here's the fake bus stop. So after 5 to 10 minutes walk from this parking lot, it's extremely windy here. Welcome to the moon. You've landed on the moon. Okay, so the reason why it's got this moon-like landscape is because of these smooth, white volcanic rock that you are seeing. And apparently because Milos is a volcanic island, from millions of years ago. Look at that cat chilling there by the water. I wish I could spend my days like that as well. The hike wasn't difficult, but it could definitely take a while because you're gonna wanna walk all the way across this small swimmable area. There's not really beach per se, but you can sunbathe on the rock. Here, I guess here is where people jump off rocks in summer. We spent a good 3 hours there, watching the rocks, the sea, people, cats. It's all very therapeutic. We actually drove a bit further to this town called Polonia, where we're gonna go there for lunch because we saw people recommending this village for stay. So about where to stay, I definitely recommend the town that we're staying. It's called Adamentus. This is right next to the port of this whole island, which is the port is right behind me. The reason why I recommend this town is because we actually drove to another town called Poloni, something like in the north. But when we got there, we were told that most of the restaurants are not gonna open until May. The restaurant owner actually recommended us to come to this town where we were staying for lunch and dinner because she said restaurants here are mostly open, and plus it's just like super convenient for going to other places. It's 3.8 kilometers away from the airport, and the port is really just right there. And that's the hotel that we're staying. I also highly recommend this hotel. Super friendly staff and super close to the port. That is where we're gonna take the cruise to Athens. Gonna go check out. You got beautiful sunset as well at the port. Almost feel like a movie scene in the 90s. Alright, so here are some final thoughts about the island filmed right before we left this island. Really, the sun is so bright here. I've never been to an island like Santorini, which I think is super touristic. This island is not touristic, it's not commercial at all. It's just like you just sit here, feeling the wind, sitting by the water. You can film yourself or do whatever. It's super calm. If you're the kind of person who's looking for exciting nightlife, this is also not an island for you. But if you're looking for somewhere just to chill and relax and just lay back, this is island for you. And it also feels like a little adventure because it's not that developed, so it's just like feels very authentic, a lot of fun. It's different than those super developed travel spot where you are familiar with pretty much everything. Here you have to deal with it like, okay, you just have to roll the dice. It's half-hour flight from Athens. We're gonna take the ferry to Athens soon. It's 3.5 hour ride. I don't know what we're gonna see. I'll bring you guys on the journey.